It is easy to answer it. All you have to do is pick one or two strengths that are relevant for the job. I am a very responsible person and always accomplish my duties. I am a very organized person that is strongly reflected in my work. I have good communication skills. I believe that communication skills are crucial in every job, but especially in a job like this. Question 8. What are your weaknesses? It is not important what weaknesses you list here. Most important it is to define exactly how exactly you try to get rid of your weakness. This is what the employer wants to hear. Secondly, you should choose the weakness that is not important for the job you are applying for. This is pretty straightforward and you should manage to do it. Here are some good answers, good examples of the answer. I am not very patient, which is obviously not good, but I'm working on it every day doing various exercises. Sometimes I struggle to concentrate, however I practice every day and my concentration has improved over the years. I trust the people too much. It is nice to live with it, but it brought me into many problematic situations in the past. However, as I am getting older, I am starting to distinguish who I can trust and who I cannot trust. Question 9. What are your goals in the 5 years horizon? Every responsible person has some goals. Employees know this. When questioning about your goals, they simply want to hear you without you have any goals. However, you can do a mistake here. Some people like to mention that they dream about their own business. This is not a good answer. Companies do not want to hire someone who leaves after 2 years to start his own business. Recruiting is too lengthy a procedure for this. That's why you should neither choose personal goals or connect your goals with the company where you are applying for a job. Let's have a good answer to this question. My goal is to become a better manager in my employer and to help my employer achieve good results as much as I can. I want to start a family and have a good position. I believe that your company is the right place to realize my goals. I would like to be promoted in 5 years and have a really good job in a really good company like yours. Question 10. What are your biggest achievements so far? Achievements are important for the employers than your experience. This is a fact. Other fact is that every one of us has some achievements. We just sometimes don't realize it. You should think about it for a while. Employers can be impressed by both tangible and intangible achievements. If you were a heavy smoker and was able to quit smoking, it shows that you have a strong determination and will. Think about it. Our life is full of achievements. You just need to choose some for your answers to the interview questions, just like our job applicants did in their answers. I was able to run a marathon under 3 minutes 30 seconds. I trained for it very hard and it strengthened me both physically and mentally. When I worked like a salesperson in Quebec Incorporated, the sales of the company grew 20% every year. I became a better person over the years. I learned to listen to others and see the good in people. I consider this as my biggest achievement. Question 11. What characterizes a good boss colleagues from your point of view? In most of the companies, you will not work alone. Interviews try to understand if you fit into the company and if you may get along with your colleagues. The crucial thing here is not to mention anything too tangible. Concretely, to say that you prefer your boss to be older than you is a huge risk. If the boss is younger, you will not be chosen. The best way is to choose a neutral answer to say that you can pretty much get along with everybody. Let's have a look at two good responses. I can get along with everyone. All I want to be sure when it comes to my boss and colleagues is that they are qualified for the job. And when I see the level of proficiency in this interview, I am sure they are qualified. There is nothing like an ideal boss for me. I simply focus on my job and my performance and try to avoid conflicts with other employees. Question 12. What motivates you? How do you motivate the others? Motivation is crucial in every role. You need to convince the employer that you are motivated and do not need any special incentives to work hard. The best way to do so is to show the enthusiasm in the interview and be filled with energy. If you do so, you will not get this interview question about motivation. However, if it comes here is the answer. I feel important in my job to do a good job for my employer. This is very important to me. To see a purpose in my job, it naturally motivates me to work hard and try to become better every day. I just like to work. If I was not strongly motivated to do this job, I would not apply for it. I would never work only for money. Question 13. What are your salary expectations? This is actually a good question. If the employers ask it, it means that they consider to hire you or at least give you a chance. You should not start the discussion about salary by yourself. However, once the employer starts it, you should have the answer ready. The key is to emphasize that the salary is not the deciding factor for you. However, on the other hand, you should never say less than the minimum your expectations are. If it won't make any sense. If you need to mention the number, it is always better to mention the salary range than the figure. Here are examples of good answers to this interview question. First of all, salary is not a deciding factor for me. I really like the job description and I want to get this job. I will accept the average salary for this position, which is something between $35,000 and $40,000, according to my knowledge. I really like this job and would like to do it. I have looked at the average salaries and found that the average job is between $35,000 and $40,000 for this position. I am willing to accept the lower figure from this range, as I would really like to have this job. Question 14. When are you able to start? Companies have their plans and needs. If they need someone from the next month, they need him, and that's it. That's why you should always say that you can start when they need you. But if you cannot short circuit this notice period or something else, you still can save yourself within an exceptional answer. Let's look at several of these answers. I am ready to start as soon as possible. There is a 2-month notice period in my company. However, I have very good relations with my boss, so I'm sure I can negotiate it and start earlier. I can possibly start tomorrow, but I want to finish the project I currently work on. It would be very unprofessional and irresponsible for me to leave now. I would need 2 or 3 weeks. I hope you understand this. Question 15. Do you have any questions? In every good interview, there is a place for the questions of the candidates. It is good to ask 1 or 2 questions. You should definitely not ask about something that was already answered in the interview or something or something from the job description. However, you can use one of the following questions. What are the next steps of the recruiting process? Can you tell me something more about the working environment? What are the goals of your company in a long-term horizon?